What's up, YouTube? Team Villains here today. I'm Kyle.
I'm Jonathan.
And we're coming at you today with a match from our locals. On the left here, we have Bihn Nguyen piloting Shadow Paladins. And on the right, we actually have Jonathan here piloting Kagero.
Looks like Ben won the dice roll, so he'll be going first.
That's a pretty advantageous position to be in playing Shadow Paladins. You typically do want to go first in most decks, but in Shadow Paladins especially, because if you get that opening in the main's turn, that's pretty vital. Now we're in the mulligans here. Looks like Ben put back 3 cards.
I put back 3 as well.
All right. Now, Jonathan, what is your ideal riding scenario in Kagero?
Grade 1 really doesn't matter. Probably whichever one I run the most of, which I believe in this case will be Airmo. And I believe that's what I do end up riding. But grade 2, you usually want to ride Berserk, just to get the extra draw, regardless of whether there's anything to retire or not.
And then for Shadow Paladins, I feel the most ideal ride target is Blaster Javelin. And, there we go. Ben rides Blaster Javelin, uses his starter skill to draw a card. Looks like he didn't get the Skull Witch in the main turn 1, which, if you are unaware, Skull Witch in the main's skill is you can rest it once per turn to search your deck for a unit with 5k power and call it to Rearguard Circle. Jonathan, you attacked first with Airmo. Drove checked. Looks like that was Dragonic Overlord.
Yep.
And Ben dropped a 15k guard. And rides the Blaster Dark. Wow, that's pretty good. Blaster Dark skill, of course. Discard a card if your opponent does not have any rear guards to gain Twin Drive. Here we go. Let's see here. It was Cathbad, and I didn't recognize the other card that he drove checked.
The other card was the grade 3 common or rare, I believe. I believe it's a common. It is Fiery Knight Low Egg that when it attacks a Vanguard, it gets +3 for every rear guard you have more than your opponent.
Okay, so it's a grade 3 version of Cathbad. That's pretty good. Looks like you missed your Berserk Dragon ride, unfortunately.
Yeah, kind of sucks, but can't really do much about that.
No, not at this stage. Looks like Ben rides his grade 3, and he got Phantom Blaster Dragon. And looks like he's debating where he would like to place his force marker. And he puts it to the right rearguard circle. Jonathan, whenever you see Phantom Blaster Dragon come across on the other side of the board to you, what goes through your head typically? What are you thinking about at this stage?
Well, at this point in the game, I don't have anything to retire, so that it really wouldn't be a point for him to wipe his own field just to get the extra crit at this stage of the game.
Yes,
so
especially with you being at 1 damage.
It's not too bad at this point. But
Ben looks like he did the classic play of Maka to draw a card and flip. Oh, drive checks. He got a Nemains and a critical trigger. And he put the power on Low Egg. Jonathan, you take 2 damage here. Damaging your Berserk Dragon and one of your, I'm assuming 4 copies of Dragonic Waterfall.
Of course. It's basically all Kagero has to win matches.
Unfortunately, hopefully they'll get some great support in the coming months. Bushy,
hopefully.
Please.
Something better than Vague.
Something better than Vague, yes. Which, I don't want to throw too much shade at that card. It's pretty solid in certain scenarios, but as a whole, could be better. All right, looks like you damage checked a heal trigger. Wow, good on ya, buddy.
Which was nice.
Yeah.
But that Low Egg there is still hitting for...
So he's getting plus 9k here?
41, I believe.
Yeah, it's hitting for 41,000 to your 20,000. So this would require 25k guard.
Which, if I remember correctly, I had Overlord and a Waterfall in hand. So I had to dump a Perfect Guard for this.
So Perfect Guard discarding an Overlord.
2 Overlords and a Waterfall, I believe.
Yeah. Wow, that's unfortunate. Flooding out on 3s, never a good sign, especially playing against a deck as aggressively charged as Shadow Paladins. Here comes down the Nahalim to retire the Charon, and your Nahalim gets 5k power, of course. And you call the Dragon Knight, which I believe the skill of that particular one, because there's 2 versions of it, that one gets 3k power if your Vanguard is a grade 3.
Yes, the better one.
Yes. And then you use Dragonic Overlord's skill to gain 10k power. Let's see. Ooh, takes the 13 damage checks and domains. Doesn't really matter because we did see that he has a domains in hand at this point off his previous drive check. Let's see. Dragonic Overlord attacking the Vanguard.
Swinging for 33,000.
That's pretty big. And he drops 35,000 in guard, bringing him up to 43, 48. So that was a 2 to pass. Drive check, a heal trigger. Man, Jonathan, these heal triggers love you today.
Yeah, hitting the heals was nice.
And looks like you're deciding on where to send power.
Yep.
Looks like you gave it to your Vanguard.
Got greedy and it did not pay off.
Yeah, unfortunately, this time. Maybe next time. Let's see. Nahalim 15k attacking Loeg.
I wasn't used to seeing that card in the deck. It's basically another version of Cathbad, so...
People love attacking Cathbad. Let's see here. Alright, so Ben stands and draws. Sitting damage 2 to 2. Ooh, rides another Phantom Blaster Dragon. Puts the Force marker under his Vanguard. As you do. Calls Nemains, uses Nemains skill. Probably going to call another Nemains unless he somehow doesn't have any left in his deck, or if he just wants to get the Fear Sword Dragon if he plays that card. And yep, just goes for the Nemains. And let's see where his line of play is from here. Looks like he's amassing quite a bit of advantage against you right here, Jonathan.
Yeah, especially since I didn't get the early draw from Berserk. I mean, hitting the heals was nice, but I only have like 6 cards in hand at this point. And he gets Shadows, which just gains so much advantage. Kind of need more than to hit something.
Ooh, bit of a misplay there. Looks like he used Phantom Blaster Dragon's secondary ability while you had rear guards. It looks like it is being actually corrected here, so that's good. It's good that that was caught. And appears like it looks like you guys are asking the judge what to do in this scenario. It looks like he just told you to go ahead and just shuffle your deck.
Yeah, I should have been paying attention more since I've played this match so many times against you.
Yeah.
But
no, and if that's something you'd like to see, if you want to see Jonathan play on camera against me playing Shadow Paladins, just go ahead and leave a comment down below. And did you see that just now? His drop zone it looks like it accidentally flipped on top of his deck.
that was some pro skill moves there.
Yeah, wow, and looks like nobody caught it. That's unfortunate.
Which means there's going to be a crit stacked on top of his deck.
Yeah, oh, you're right. Because if you did pay attention,
he guarded with the crit early in the game.
He did. It was his second card. His second guard he used a crit. And there we go. So he calls a critical trigger. Attacks his Vanguard. He is currently 2 critical from Phantom Blaster Dragon's skill. His power of 38,000.
And I believe at this point I had to guard with everything in hand for a 2 to pass, so I decide to be greedy again and do a no guard. But of course, since he flipped the drop zone on top of his deck, we know he's going to hit 3 crit against me.
That's super unfortunate. I never like to see games end like this, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, neither you nor him nor our judge caught it. There it is, critical trigger, crit to Vanguard, power to Maka, 3 damage down, and that's the end of the match. Well, unfortunate for you there, Jonathan, but we have more matches for you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.